Hello, children. Hope you are all fine. Okay, after the bridge course, I'll be starting with your first lesson, first unit of history, that is sources of history. This is the first unit of your uh, textbook. So, that is sources of history, right? Or sources. Okay. So the first unit, that is history, unit 1, sources. So you have been learning, right, in seventh standard and all. History, yeah, so and so ruler ruled India. At his time, he built this temple. Yeah, Nalanda University, that is a college. At that time only it was built. It had a swimming pool. Then you are learning Harappan civilization. Last year you learned, I think, in seventh standard, Harappan civilization, how they had built the houses, and now we are in 2021. But this had happened long back. Okay, very before what you call when the civilizations had just come. Okay, we didn't have any calendar or anything. Okay, after 1 CE, that is when Jesus Christ was born. Okay, that is taken, and we are all following English calendars, right? That is 1st January 1 CE. Okay, from there our calendar has started. But before that, okay, so many things had happened, and how we come to know that, yeah, so and so place the civilizations had erupted, and what, on what basis we are saying. See, science you are learning. Science in what? We are having a correct proof of it, right? We have proof of it after so many experiments and everything. Okay, inventions are there. And now suppose for this corona, to eradicate this corona pandemic disease, what we are doing, we what vaccination is invented. So how they have invented? Through so many experiments and all, medicine is invented. In the same way, science has all the proofs by experiments and all. History, how it is reality. It is the reality which has happened, okay, which is the past, which has happened, okay, long long back. Now your mother, your granny will be telling a story, that a story or something, some instances andre, she'll be telling you some incidents. Okay, yeah, when grandfather was there, I used to buy for 1 anna, so many, we could get what you call a full ration for our home and all. Now what, so much cost it is and all. So that is orally she's telling you. So that time you come to know, oh, in her time it was like that, but now it has happened like this. Now you'll tell, yeah, when your grandchildren, when you grow up to your grandchildren, you'll tell, yeah, Dr. Abdul Kalam. Okay, you have seen him lively. Okay, Abdul Kalam expired a few years back when you were all there, and he's a very popular president. So you'll tell him, yeah, Dr. Abdul Kalam was what you call, he was a very simple person who lived, and he was a missile man of India. During his time, so many satellites were launched. All that you'll be telling about him. And you might have seen him on televisions and all, what and all he has done and all. But after few years, what will happen? This, his poems, his whatever he has done, everything will be printed on your pages. Okay? So and so time he was a president, and during his time he had launched so many missiles and all, and he was a great scientist, very simple person. All that it will be printed. Now itself it is printed. And when you are reading it, you'll come to know, oh yeah, about him it is printed, and you will enjoy it reading. So this has happened. Now, who was our first prime minister? You'll say Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, during his time, what and all developments he had done? Okay, so and so. Next, in Tamil Nadu, many temples are built, like Ranganatha temple. You'll see in Tiruvananthapuram. It was built at the time when what you call which dynasty, the dynasty which were ruled, Pallavas, okay, they were ruling at that time. So that time it was built. So you'll get to know this. Oh, this temple. So now you'll go to what you call Beluru, Halbedu and all. This was built many decades ago, right? Many centuries ago it was built, and you will see, oh, that time itself, without using cement or anything, what you call, they were locked, and such a nice architecture. This is so good, what you call, technology they had. Of course, now we are ready, engineering and all, we are doing it and coming to know the designs. But without those engineering degrees and all, during that time only, the people had built such a good monuments, Taj Mahal, all that, and you'll see inscriptions, Ashoka pillar, okay, and Ashoka Chakra, what we are having on our flag. So this is taken from Ashoka pillar only, okay. So all this is what we call history. And for making history, many evidences are there. What has happened in reality, that itself is printed on your books and you are coming to know it. Okay. So history is very important, from where you will learn so many what you call things out of it. It may be technology, it may be trading, it is a improved technology and trading what we are doing now, and what administrations also, that also. Now we are having Vidhan Sabha, and what you call, we have parliament, many are elections. All this has come from where? It is not a right time we have invented it or discovered it. It is since from long back, many centuries back, this was all going on, and day by day this history is built up, and today's situation with high technology and all, we are coming to know it. Okay, we are able to do the trading, business, administrations, everything. So past we are learning. The past, whatever is the past, what we are learning or studying is history, right? So how you build the history, how you make, you cannot write on your own something, okay? Through many sources. What is the sources? Now I'll ask you one question. What is the source of water? You'll ask, what are the resources of water? So you'll say, yeah, river. Then you'll say ponds, lakes. All these are, madam, resources of water. Rivers, and of course, oceanic water for sailing and all that. These are the sources of water from where. And also rain. Rain is a source of water, right? So in the same way, to build a history, to get history, to come to know what is the past, what are its sources? Sources ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಏನೇನು ನಮಗೆ, ನಾವು ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. So first, many sources are there, evidences are there, many ruins are there. Ruins in the sense, in the earth crust, after when we are digging, historians, they dig up the land, okay, earth, they are digging it, and from there, we find the things which they were using it, like suppose coins, maybe the cloths, maybe the the furniture, or maybe the bricks which were all underground. And after that, what we do it, carbon 14, okay, is the procedure from where we'll come to know the from which dated they are, when it was, these things were made up at which time, okay. After carbon 14, procedure, that is the experiments done, from which we come to know at which date they were and where these were found out. So many ruins. Ruins ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಳಾಗಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಜಮೀನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಸ್ಟೋರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ like doing experiments on that and doing so many procedures and all, and see some things we find here and few things we find in other places. Okay, maybe the coins of Romans were using few coins. That coins, what happened, we found it in Bangalore. So from that we come to know, oh, such a such time. Okay, even Romans were linked with this place. They were doing trading here with the Indians. Okay, so such linkings will be there, and through which we can subject together, and events are being discussed. Okay, such a such event had happened in such a such year. All that you will come to know. That is history. Okay. Now, what are the sources of history? So, sources of history are of, 1 minute. Yeah. This source is nothing but, see, to write history, we need, yeah, to write history. And one more thing, children, I am going to tell you, you have to keep one point notebook only for social science. Okay, you have to maintain it, because you should have your textbook along with that point notebook to make a note of this major points which I am writing on the board. So when you club it together, when you are reading the textbook, and reading textbooks and understanding is very, very important. You need not mug up the answers and all. As soon as I am giving you the few points, you keep it, write it in one notebook and keep it. Just recall those. When you'll get the textbooks, you have to recall it and match with it, and just when you are ready, you will automatically understand the lesson. And reading the textbook is very, very much essential for you all, right? So, okay, to write history, who writes history? Historians. Next. And which are the sources? Sources of history are, what are the sources? Like you have, we have to analysis. Analysis means here I told you like carbon 14 procedure, we do some experiments on it and we come to know the dates and all. Then events are there. So many events had happened. So that one. Next we come to, we collect, then how we find out this one? We collect sources like, example, ruins, ruins means what? Some remains of the things, okay, broken things, okay, ruins of things. human beings were using, then which they were using, like pots, then tools, agriculture tools, what they were using, agriculture tools, okay, then and like that, so many things, okay, tools and some what you call wooden things which were they were using, like to sit or something, planks and all they were using. Boats were there which were submerged into the what you call into the land, and after digging we come to know that ropes, all these were the remains. So and coins and all this, okay, coins, and also literary work. Literary works. What are these literary works? Those are written documents, in the sense few like books, then you may see no, books like on that palm leaves and all these to write the incidents who were visitors and all that regarding, then inscriptions. Inscriptions are written on the what you call rocks and stones. Okay, coins are no, you know it. It's made up of metals and all that, right? Next, we have some literary works which were written by the ancient kings and other people, poets, and all of them. And next, few visitors who visited India during that time, they had also written about India's administration, how it was, and all when they go back to their country. So, subjecting all together, what you call we write history. You got it? Now, history. What sources? Sources are of two types. Now, shall I erase this, children? Sources are of two types. One is literary source and another one is archaeological sources. Yeah. Now we have two types of sources. Okay, what is source? That is, source is things used by human beings, things used by human beings. Because children, right now I know it that you don't have textbooks, only everything I am writing on the board, so please copy it in your point notebooks. So by human beings in the past, in the past. Okay, that is called as sources, and examples are like you can see agriculture tools, then inscriptions, what I wrote before, no, temples, religious places. Okay, all these are the sources of history. Monuments like Taj Mahal and all. Okay, these are all the sources of history. Okay, next is these sources is divided into two types. Yeah, they are divided, sources is divided into two types. First one is literary source, and the second one is archaeological archaeological sources. So the sources is divided into two. What are that one? Literary source and archaeological sources. So next, first we will come to literary sources. Literary sources, again it is divided into two. That is written literary sources and oral and oral. Okay, so literary sources are, what is literacy? Literacy is nothing but like you are reading English textbooks, and so many textbooks you are reading, isn't it? Those are the poems and all things. So in the poetic way also they are explaining about the king, character, everything, and few visitors, those are coming and writing so many things on the kings. Those who have visited India and they go back, and even in China also many will come and go and all, and through that one they subject it together and writing. So when we see that, we come to know, oh, so and so time, okay, so particular king was ruling, and under his the administration was like this, and next he took care of the people very well, welfare of the state, all that you will come to know. And different kings ruled in their own way. Okay, so in different way they ruled, and at their time what importance they gave for this archaeology, which temples they had built and how did they build, what technology was used, all that is sources, and that is archaeological sources. Okay, and literary, all written literacy sources and oral literacy sources. Okay, now we will come to know one by one what is this one. Written literature, or you can write and oral Okay. Now, first we will go to written literature. Now, written literature are the literature which is in the written form. It is all writing work. Based on that, the history is being built up. So, written literature is the one which is written, okay, in the form of, on the, that time we didn't have paper, or on the leaves and so many on the wooden, everywhere they were writing it. So on the wooden planks, or they were taking the ink with the feathers and all, and they used to write it on the palm leaves, all that. So that is written one. Okay. So that is called as written literature. So literature is divided into two. Which are that one? See. And this written literature, where in which languages they were written? They were written in different languages. So the old one was like Prakriti, Prakrit, then Sanskrit. Wait. A little bit confused. Yeah, the languages. Languages were Prakrit, Sanskrit, then Tamil, Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, and so on. Okay, the languages which were used in the written language, written literature were Prakrit, Sanskrit, Tamil, then Hindi, Telugu, and Kannada, and so on. So, okay, next. They were of, and next is the, here we see these languages, and again here written literature is divided into two. Again they are of two types. One is native and another one is foreign literature. How many? Native literature, then foreign literature. Okay, so the languages which were used by the native literature, this I am writing about native literature. So the native literature is nothing but which were written by the Indians, Indians. So they are called as native literature, and the foreign literature is the one which is written by the foreigners who came at that time and visited India, and the feedback what they took and which they wrote in their country, in their books and all, they are known as foreign literature. So once again I am telling you sources. Sources are divided into two. One is literature, and another one is archaeological literature, literary sources, and another one is archaeological sources. Next, first we will come to literary sources. Literacy sources they are again divided into two types: native literature and foreign literature. What is native? Suppose I ask you which is your native place. So you said Tumkur. So our native is what? India. So Indians, those who belong to Indians, the India, okay, the people who had written in their own books, by few names are there which I am going to discuss it. So they are known as native literature, and foreign literature is the one which is what you call, which the foreigners at that time who visited India and wrote in their book about the administration or anything about India at that time is known as foreign literature. So native literature is the one, and native literature were written in which language? They were written in Prakrit, Sanskrit, Tamil, Hindi, Telugu, and Kannada, and many languages, right? So and so on, they were written. And what are the examples? So these examples you have to read it from the text. I am telling you, but even then, text book page 2. Many are given, children. You have to memorize it. So here the native literature, the examples I have given, so that is Megasthenes, not Megasthenes, Vishaka Dattas. Okay. Kautulya's Arthashastra, only few I am highlighting here. Arthashastra, then we have Vishaka Datta's Mudra Rakshasa, Mudra Rakshasa, then Kautulya's Arthashastra. Like that, many are there which I am going to read it out now. See, now we are having Oriya also languages were there, and here we are having, see, Kautulya's Arthashastra, then we are having King Hala's Gata Sapta Sati, then we are having Vishaka Datta's Mudra Rakshasa, then Kalahana's Raja Tarangini, then we have Harsha, and we are having here by many are there, children, like the Pampas, Vikrama Arjuna Vijaya. One more I am writing, Pampa. Pampas we are having Vikrama Arjuna Vijaya. So they are all what you call, they are the native literature. Which are that one? Kautulya's Arthashastra, then Vishaka Datta's Mudra Rakshasa, then Pampas we are having Vikrama Arjuna Vijaya. Okay. So these are the few examples. Other things you read from page 2. Next, we go to foreign literature. Yeah, we have here foreign literature. Foreign literature wherein they were in, suppose a Chinese came. So when he came, he wrote in Chinese, and later on that was translated in English. So foreign literature, the languages which they were using were French, English. English was a major. English, French, Chinese. Okay, all these were used. And next, the examples for foreign literature are Fahin's Megasthenes Indica, Megasthenes, Megasthenes Indica. Then we have uh, Hugh Sang. Then we have Fahin. These are all important things for 1 mark you may get, children. So Fahin's, you have ho, ko, ki. Then we have here one more, that is Babri, Babar. Okay, Babar, we are having Babars, we have Tazk, E, Babri. Okay, so these are the few examples which are of foreign literature. So about foreign literature is a literature which was written by the foreigners who came and visited India. So which were those books, and they were written in English, French and Chinese and so on. And next, we have only 3 examples I have given, others you have to read from page 2, you have to from the text you have to read. Okay, so they were Megasthenes, Indica, Fahins, Gokoki, then we are having Babars, Tus e Babri. Okay, they were the few literature. Next we go to oral literature. Oral. So oral literature we are having. So oral will go. Oral are nothing but oral literature. Oral is nothing like from one race, one generation to others. It is passed on. Suppose you are seeing orally what happened. We, of course, we are having Ramayana, Mahabharata. Then we have Bhagavad Gita. All this is written. Okay, we have written, and since very long back at the time of Valmiki and all, they have written. Okay, but the other thing, like orally also few about your locality, orally, suppose you see many legends are there, like Tipu Sultan, Kittur Rani Chennamma, then we have Jhansi Rani. So when we go to that locality, what happens? The people who were residing at that time pass some stories about them, about their legend, about their rulers from like they pass on this one in the form of folk tales. Folk tales ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಈ ತರ ಇತ್ತು, ಆ ರಾಣಿ ಇದ್ರು, ಆ ರಾಣಿ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರು ಈ ತರ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಓರಲ್. ಒಬ್ಬರಿನಿಂದ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅದು ಓರಲ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. Now about Tipu Sultan, many had said, yeah, he liked both, though he was a what you call Muslim, he gave importance for Hindus also, and at his time he used to come and pray in temples and all, and he encouraged all the religions and he treated them equally. So these are all what it passed from one generation to the another one. So how this oral literature examples are folk tales, folk songs, Okay, folk songs like Janapada, Gita, and all they sing, isn't it? And folk dances, isn't it? Folk dances, these all these all depict in the sense they we come to know that they at that time when the kings were ruling or queens were ruling at that time, the administration, the character, all that, the people, how they were what they had bondage with the kings, queens, all that we come to know this from this oral literature. Okay, next we go to, so about literary sources, you came to know that it is divided into two, that is written literature and oral literature. Then written literature we are having of two types, that is native literature and foreign literature. Native literature is nothing but the what you call the written one by our own Indians. Okay, that is in which languages? Prakrit, Sanskrit, Telugu, Hindi, Kannada, Oriya, and all these languages they were written. And examples are, I told you, Vishaka Datta's Mudra Rakshasa, then this one, what you call, not Megasthenes. Then we are having Kautulya's Arthashastra and so on. Next we have foreign literature. It is by the foreigners who visited at that time and write are known as what you call foreign literature, and they were in the languages like English and other. Later on they were translated and we had made history. And examples are Megasthenes Indica. Then we have this Fahins, this one. Uh, Fahins, we are having Gokoki and Babas, Thursky, Babri. Okay, so with this, then oral art, folk tales, folk dances, folk songs, all this, and they depict the administration and they are the praises of that, what you call the legends like Tipu Sultan, Rani Lakshmi Bai, and all this, and in the form of poems also. Okay, now we have Kittur Rani Chennamma, about her character and about her administration in a poetic way. It is been explained and sung also. Many songs are sung about their bravery and all. So from that we come to know the administration or the lifestyle at that time. Okay. So next one is okay, children. With this, I end up. In the next class, I'll finish up this unit, and later on, it will be followed by notes and all, and it will be continued with the next unit of your history. Thank you, children. Stay home, stay safe.